Hello and welcome to day 14 of 21 days to solstice. We are 2/3 of the way through our journey to connect with our own inner light and embracing the feminine energies that will help us heal and transform in 2018. Welcome, I'm Coleen Renee, and so happy to be here with you today. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before I started this project, I brainstormed on different ideas and topics that we could cover in these 21 days. And I have a whole list of those. But each day I try to intuit what in the field is needed, particularly on that day, which is sometimes why it's a little later that I post. So today I was finishing up a huge couple of days with updating websites and such, which is quite involved, and has not really seen my housemate other than in passing for a couple of days. So this earlier today, we both happened to be home at the same time, and we sat down over a cup of something warm, and we were chatting, and our conversation ended up being around cycles and honoring cycles and having, days where we're like high output and then days where we really need to rest. And in talking about that with each other, it's an important way of witnessing our lives, those simple chats. And in the archetypes, that would be like a blood sister archetype. Blood sister, blood brother. And the blood being, for women, all women menstruate, so that blood ties us together. Blood brothers, there are images of, pricking the thumbs and making promises to each other. And those aren't so important, really, except in that it's about that bond, that thing that bonds us. And that sharing our lives over time is really important for us in helping to notice our own cycles through others' eyes. When you know people over time and you share those everyday moments, you're able to access certain perspectives. And they don't have to be in the same house. My dear friends Janice and Melissa, we've known each other for years and years and years. We have a lot of history. We've seen each other through our victories and our challenges, even our defeats. We know each other and we know each other's hearts. And so we depend on each other to notice, man, you have really been in this, particular place for a really long time. What do you need? Is it serving you? It's those kind of questions, and it's that intimacy that you achieve through those connections. And it does tend to be gender oriented, not exclusively, but there are certain things that only women can understand, and certain things only men can understand. So I also have dear men friends who also are able to offer perspective over a long time, and they've known me for many, many years. My dear friend Robert certainly is one of those, and Ben. It's not quite the same thing, but it has a different character that's also quite valuable. So we're in the new moon phase here. It was a new moon yesterday, and we're going to begin to grow in this cycle of the moon. And we get to see the growth. The tiny sliver becomes the bigger sliver, becomes the half moon, eventually the full moon, and then again it wanes into the half moon and then the slivers again. And so we have those monthly cycles, and we have the annual cycles of the sun as we move through the seasons. But that blood sister, that blood brother, those people who we travel through life together in an intimate way, they're the ones that help us see the slivers and the halves and the fulls in our own lives. So if you are lacking perspective in your life, I encourage you to connect with the blood sister, with the blood brother, to really honor those relationships. And if you don't have them, ask for them. Ask the universe to bring you that kind of deep, intimate relationship, knowing that it does take time. It takes time in history to develop that. And there are those people that you just have an immediate connection with. honor those things. They're really important to help us find our perspective and to give us the comfort, give us the those moments when, you know, you're just at your wit's end and you need somebody to just give you a big old hug, or to remind you of who you are. These are incredible gifts, and I hope that you find those gifts in this season and in your life. So blessings, that is all for today. And blessings on all the blood sisters and blood brothers in my life and in your life. The gift is beyond all. Yes, it's just greater than anyone could express or know. So dip your toe in if you haven't gone there. It's important for you. It's important for the world. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow.